Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan and today I am going to be taking you along for a most asked question. What's the question? Toys. If you're new here, I am a mom of 5. My oldest is 10 and my youngest is 7 months old. So I've been asked this a lot. How do you manage all the toys? And I will tell you, it has been quite the journey to get to where I am now with the toys. When I first started having kids and just kind of had a couple kids, I had toys everywhere. Every inch of my house felt like it was covered in toys. Now, I've mostly lived in small houses. My last house was actually pretty big for our family, which was excellent, but I've mostly had smaller houses, and so it's been quite the learning process. Where to put the toys, how to manage the toys so that they're not in this corner and piled up over there, and I can see them set up all over the rooms and just everywhere you turn, toys, toys, toys. And that has always made me a little bit crazy. I don't like clutter. I don't like clutter at all. Clutter needs to go away. Everything should have a place and be in its place at all times. My number one tip came from a mom friend who has had her own kids, adopted kids, fosters kids, and every time that I would walk into her house, I wouldn't see toys. And I asked her one day, how do you do it? Because she had tons of toys. When the kids would start playing, there were toys scattered everywhere. But then it was cleanup time and they all just disappeared. It was like magic. And I said, how did you do it? I'm going to tell you that advice. It comes from my friend and now it's coming from me to you. Contain the toys, hide the toys. Okay? And I'm gonna actually add one more to hers. Rotate the toys. Kids on average will actually play better, more creatively, and learn more when they have fewer toys. Now, I'm not saying go from 500 toys to 1. That's not what I'm telling you. But I am telling you, rotate through your toys. Take some of your toys, contain them, hide them, and put them away where even the kids can't quite get to them, and say, we're playing with these, and these. And when your kids start to get bored or when they ask for a different one, say, okay, which one are we gonna put away for a couple days? And let them pick up that one, put it away, and get out a new one. And this is coming from a former preschool and kindergarten teacher. Kids play better with fewer toys, believe it or not. So now, how do I manage this in my small home? Because I have a very small home. I have 1,600 square feet, slightly over that, but just about 1,680 square feet to be exact, and a family of 7 with a big dog. So how do I manage it? Containment. These are my favorite Sterilite bins. Go for the bins. Always go for the bins. You can use different sized bins if you want to. I like to use a lot of the same kind of bins. So all of our smaller toys are in bins just like this. No mismatched bins. They're all in bins like this. Toys that need a slightly larger bin, they're in a slightly larger bin, but they're all in the same kind of bin. Best money I ever spent because they easily stack on top of each other. For the next part, hiding the toys. You want to have your toys hidden somewhere. Not so that no one can find them, but you don't need to look at them all day long. I don't know about you, but I don't like that clutter all the time. I want to be able to sit in my living room, which is also a lot of where my kids play a lot of the times. I don't want to sit down at night to relax and be staring at mountains of toys everywhere I look. And trust me, I know that about myself because I did it. When we moved into this house, we were fortunate to have built-in shelving in our living room. Now, I'm going to be honest, I didn't like this when we first moved in, but now that I've been using it for toys, I have to say, I kind of like it. So when you open these up, you can see buckets of toys are hidden here. I do have one box in here that is a different size because that toy fits in it really well. I would love to get one of these boxes for this toy, but it just hasn't happened yet. And then we have a couple of baby toys that don't fit in the baby toy box because they're the wrong size. And that's something that I'm actually working on fixing, is getting like a third box to put here is kind of what I would like. But for the most part, we have all of our buckets, and these are all stacked nice and neat in the cupboard. So the kids clean it up. I close the doors, no mess. Same thing with this bottom cupboard and the other cupboards as well. We've got this, and actually, this is something I'm going to talk about in a minute. That is Abigail's toys, the ones that are just hers and she doesn't share, because she likes mostly just the sharing toys is what we've learned. But she's starting to get some of her own, and so we have a bucket on order getting shipped to our house right now for under Abby's bed, which is another spot I'll talk about. And so then this is actually going to disappear from this closet because it's going to go under her bed in her very own bucket. All the buckets I'm showing you right now are shared buckets, and I even have some writing items up here on top. Another bucket didn't fit, so we decided to just stack some writing items on top. And again, the kids can pull those out and write in them when they're upstairs, or I can close the doors. No more mess. If I didn't have this, I would put a hutch or something in my living room, something that would look really pretty, and I could put some decorative items on it, just a few, and still have the room for the toys to hide inside of the hutch. That is what I've done in the past. The next area that I keep toys is actually under the kids' beds. Under the bed boxes are a great way for kids to have their own space for their own personal toys that they don't want to share with others, but still keep it contained and out of the way. I do allow a little more leeway with these boxes. You can see already that some of them are a bit disorganized, but that is that child's things. Now they each have two under the bed boxes, one that is very big and very long, and one that is a more standard size, and that is just because of how they fit under the bed. So they do have those boxes, and that is where their toys go. Thanks for joining me today. I hope that this has given you some ideas for what you can do in your space to clear the clutter of the toys without feeling like you have to get rid of all the toys. Now, there's nothing wrong with getting rid of some of the toys, but I hope it gives you some idea of how to clear that up without feeling like you've got to get rid of all of them. And you can give the kids their own personal space, have those shared toys, and not have to stare at them all the time. Good luck with your organizational journey, and I will see you next time. Bye.